2 weeks from tonight, the biggest surprise will be what? Crystal ball it for me. What do you think? From what you're hearing or what you think might actually happen 2 weeks from tonight?
My guess, the biggest surprise would be how early a quarterback goes, right? Because we are talking about for the last 2 weeks and then for the next 2 weeks, how bad the quarterback class is, and there's no one who coming to be an immediate starter, and Kenny Pickett has a low ceiling, they say, and Malik Willis is the guy with probably all the tools and talent, but he needs a year or two, and this is what everybody says. But we know from doing this, and I mean, Derek Carr's contract is a great example yesterday. If you have one, it's amazing, but you got to pay so much to keep him. So my hunch, is that a quarterback goes earlier than we would anticipate because it is worth the lottery ticket if you somehow just magically hit. That is a free pass for the next 3 or 4 years at least.
Okay, so the quarterback's taken at 6 by Carolina or a trade? What do you think?
I mean, that's the question, though, is like, does Carolina take one or does someone trade up ahead of Carolina thinking they're going to take one? Like one of the weirder trades we've seen is the Saints and Eagles trade, right?
Yes.
And everybody was like, wow, a trade. Hold on. What does this actually mean? So, like, usually the reaction to a draft trade is everybody loses their mind. This one, it was like, what does that actually mean, right? And I don't know. It could mean that the Saints get 3 players in the top 50. They roll those guys out there, and they're probably a pretty good team with a great defense this year. Or it could mean the Saints got almost exactly enough draft power to move ahead of the Panthers at 6. Both are true. I just don't know which is going to happen, but they do have enough to trade up if they want, and they do have enough to take 3 great players in the top 50. So that's the question is, do the Panthers take one at 6? Does someone trade up in front of them to take one first?
And while we still have the crystal ball out, the quarterback would be which one? Which one?
I would guess that it would be Malik Willis, just because he's so talented. And, I think Kenny Pickett will be a really good pro. My guess is that Kenny Pickett is this year's Mac Jones, who gets drafted into a really good situation, plays, and is good quickly. Whereas, Malik Willis is probably what the 49ers hope to God Trey Lance is, which is someone who might need a year, but when they are on the field is awesome enough to make it all worth it.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.